Hello, Twin Flame Collective. My name is Tanya Vargo. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, my email is in the description of this reading. It's Tanya at earthangeleverlasting.com. And for those of you who have asked, my TikTok and Instagram is at earthangeleverlasting on both. Okay? So let's get into this. I have the divine masculine's feelings towards the divine feminine, the divine feminine's feelings towards the divine masculine, the divine masculine's feelings towards the karmic. I guess my kids are doing some packing. We have the masculine madness oracle cards. We have the Ocean of Emotion oracle cards, and we have some sacred union messages here for underneath the divine masculine. Underneath the divine feminine, we have soul whispers, and we have the Journey of Love oracle cards, and then for the karmic, the black ones are in the shadows, and the pink is the hidden truth. Okay, so let's get into it. The divine masculine looks to be like he's having another, spiritual awakening or calling in the physical right now. He's being called to do something by a spirit, or he's getting messages from spirit. And it looks like by the oracle cards, it's really a lot through songs. But it can be anything. It can be movies. It can be, people saying things you needed to hear. It can be, numbers, the time, the date, anything. People with the same name from the same places, or liking the same things, all those little synchronicities. So that's what's going on with him in the physical right now. Or he could feel a little judged right now. He could feel a little judged. So he's coming in ready to fight, or to fight for what he wants. The divine feminine is coming in wanting, some communication or some very quick movement forward. The Eight of Wands is also known to be Cupid's arrows, but typically it means communication, and, in the form nowadays, in the form of emails, DMs, Facebook posts, things like that. So that's how she's coming in, and what she's wanting. I have some difficulties with options and being overwhelmed by what to do. They both want to just leave the past behind and move forward to the future. Just leave this big old mess behind and just move forward. But they're both holding back their emotions right now. So, they're on a little pause while they're trying to figure some stuff out, right? Mentally, they are both thinking about how to move forward. So this is really interesting, that this is leave the past behind and move forward. We're thinking, they both want to leave the past behind, and they're both thinking about moving forward. Okay. He's coming in. She's ignited a spark in him. So like he's ready to fight, right? You sparked something deep inside of me. I'm worried about my legacy and status. So, he's with the karmic right now, right? And so it could be, changing all that up is stressful. Or for some of you, it could be about, is the divine feminine worth losing half? Like some of you might be married. So is she worth losing half? Is she worth half? Right? Is she worth changing my status? Is she worth all this change? And, you know, is she going to be somebody that I can build with and build a legacy with? So, thank you for showing me what true love is, unconditional. So, he feels very unconditionally loved. I finally see shadow work. So, he probably sees, you know, spirits probably showed him some of the things he didn't even recognize, the darker parts of him that he didn't recognize about himself or didn't want to. You know, we all have them. You know, sometimes when people point them out, it's not immediately obvious to us that we do things, because, you know, I think most of us are walking around not intentionally hurting people, but at the end of the day, we're capable of doing things and, you know, having our little idiosyncrasies that we have that might affect the world. So it looks like he's kind of like coming to Jesus and realizing, you know, he might have some little things to work on, or what they are even. Intuitive, trust your inner knowing. You have me in my emotions. Committed, and death do us part isn't enough. Well, that's sweet. Oh my goodness. And then he has, it's hard for me too. It feels like I'm carrying the weight of the world. Worried. Am I deserving of your love? Which I found interesting that it came out under worried. Like, he's worried, is he deserving of his love, of this love? Are you gonna do something and it's not gonna work out? Like that type of thing. It looks like he's worried. Limited. There's nothing I can do about it right now. I think often of wanting to see you. So this is that thing, like he's thinking about moving forward and leaving the past behind, but he feels limited and he's worried about his status. And even though, you know, he knows this about her and she's done this, you know, we're kind of, looks like we're kind of stuck. He feels limited in some way, or he's holding back for some reason, or there's some sort of belief he has, or possibly some extenuating circumstances with the karmic or family or whatever, and he just feels limited, even though he thinks often of wanting to see her. The divine feminine is coming in as wanting some clarity. She wants the truth. She wants to cut some baloney out and just get to the truth on a matter. The divine masculine is coming in as thinking and wanting, you know, he's just put himself in isolation, trying to think and decide what his next move is or is going to be. They're both having challenges with anxiety and sleepless nights, lots of worries. And then here we have, again, we have the Six of Swords. So they're similar in that they both want to move forward, right? So here it's in their similarities, and here it's how they're thinking, how they're thinking. So, you know, definitely there's a lot of wanting to move forward. Emotionally, they're looking at things in a different way. Realizing probably there's some sacrifices needing to be made, and so they're in suspension at this time, which is really interesting, because over here we have that we're holding back our emotions, you know, so we're holding back our emotions and it's suspended while we're looking, you know, at things from different angles and thinking about things we have to sacrifice so that we can move forward, you know, right, and leave the past behind. So thinking, right, in the physical or physically, they both know that they're each other's sorry not sorry wish fulfillment. This is a very like satisfied, like content and satisfied and and pride and proud, and it's a wish fulfillment, and you just so happy you don't care, right? Very proud, very proud. So they're just thinking about, just kind of like sad and crying over spilled milk, and, over things that didn't work out. And so they're just kind of thinking about that, I guess, for some reason. Like, we're kind of stuck in these kinds of things. Maybe, thinking about the choices we didn't make, the risks we didn't take, that kind of a thing. So right here, it's interesting because we have I need time, and right under it is I need space. And then here it says union will come. That's the twin flame 1111 number. So it's definitely some twin flame confirmation. And we have you will be my spouse. So here we go. And then if you zoom out, it's like it clicked up here. You know how I say I always like it when it makes the rose, and it's like, you will be my spouse. Do you trust me? It's very interesting. And then every song talks about you. So just like I was saying, like, Spirit is speaking heavily, probably trying to get him to move through these limitations, and the worries and the concerns in order to move forward, right? So we have, thank you for being you, my light in the darkness, illuminate. So this is 2 illumination ones, right? We have it here, and then we have it here, right? I'm so afraid to tell you. His anxiety. So there's a lot of anxiety coming in today. A lot of anxiety. Well, not, yeah, there's some anxiety. We had it here, right there, right? And there's a lot of blue right here in this spread. Look at all that blue going on. Lots of blue. And then we have, I need you to tell me what to do, dominating. So it just could be like, either it is like a sexual thing, or it's like, tell me what to do for some of you. Like, just tell me what to do. That's like what I like, like, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Or it could be just like, please give me guidance on how to move forward in this, could be just, he want, please tell me how to, please tell me what to do. Please tell me how to win. Please tell me how to move forward, I need to express myself, balance and imbalance. So, definitely, I know in his reading, she's down with the communication, right? Like, that's exactly what she's want. That's coming in her wants, in what she desires. And then in her reading, it's like, I want clarity. I want to cut the crap. I want some clarity. I need answers, Partnership, it's always been you. And then we have, I'm so cold without you, warmth. And the warmth comes up for him, a lot for them. It comes up in almost every reading, discussing the warmth, which is really fascinating when you're about to see what you're about to see next, right? So this is his feelings towards the karmic, right? So he feels left out in the cold. Literally, like, you would go, Divine Feminine's warm. I feel left in the cold out here. The karmic is coming in as wanting someone loyal, stable, and committed. They've been having difficulties with love, period, with getting love going. They're the same in that I guess there's been some negative messages or gossip, and they're both just kind of, either holding back or looking at each other's pages, spying, all, that's what that, you know, usually this has to do with negative messages and gossip, but it can mean, you know, holding back and spying, you know, like on people's social media and things like that, and not doing too much. So in the emotions, I mean, this means cold. So he feels left out in the cold, and he feels like it's really cold here. And a lot of times the Queen of Swords can represent a karmic partner. She can also represent, you know, like a mom or an older sister or somebody that's divorced or widowed. Okay. So this person's usually like, doesn't do emotions too much, more like a non-bullshitter, right? Like, just get to the point. And she, you know, she's been through a lot and she knows her way around a lot. So she's just cold, right? So he feels left out in the cold. The emotions are cold. In the physical, we have like, you know, it's what they do, but they make it look or treat each other as if they're the biggest, baddest thing in the world, right? So like, they give each other like these celebrity type props, like nobody is higher. And then it just, you know, hope and healing is another meaning for this card, okay? And wish, like a wish come true, right? So in the physical, even though they feel like this, they aren't, this isn't happening. Like, it's just not happening at all. This is how we're behaving. Like, you're my hope, you're my wish, you're my wish, you're my star. And then he's coming in thinking about the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a warm chick. She ain't this, right? She ain't cold. She's warm. She's very loyal, stable, committed. She takes care of everybody and everything. She loves the finer things in life. She's a highly sexual woman. So warm. She's warm. You know. So here we have again, you speak to me through music. So I'm thinking, you know, Spirit is heavily talking about these two women, right? And he's having a hard time. Like, he's having a hard time choosing. Like, there's competitions, right? He's probably ready to, you know, fight for one of them, and then he's got to decide by his options, and Spirit is in his ear about these options, heavy in his ear about the options. And so lots of anxiety going on. I want to feel that way again. So, you know, it's interesting. It's coming out over here, and then the karmic is, or not, the divine feminines who illuminates him and makes him feel warm. So I lost myself for a little while, 18 on the clock. So, you know, maybe something happened and he is, you know, just feeling like he shouldn't have done something, and that could be why we're in suspension and worried about what we have to sacrifice and holding back our emotions, you know. I want to tell you how I feel. So that could mean anything. That could mean he could want to move forward, you know, and leave. That could mean talking about, you know, whatever, the gossip, the negative messages, things like that. There might be something he needs to tell her, you know, who knows. And then here, these could be the things. I do wish you well. Yes, it's too late. I don't need your approval, and you are not part of my plan. So these could be the things he wants to say, you know, and it could be that he lost himself for a while with her, and she is the karmic, right? She's the karmic. So, you know, he's thinking like, what did I do? What have I done? I should have done this, but I did this, right? So that's what I got for you guys. Let me know if this resonates for you. in the comments. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.